guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be looking at a few colleges in Boston. We are first going to look at Northeastern, then we are going to look at Boston University, then Tufts, and then Boston College. So if you're interested in seeing any of these colleges, keep watching, and I'll have the timestamps for each location linked down below in case you just want to skip to a specific one. Okay, so we are currently on the campus of Northeastern. We just got to the visitor center. We actually saw one of my classmates, hi Celeste if you're watching, immediately she parked right next to us. It's kind of crazy as we are in Boston. You can see Eliza, and then Northeastern University. You're just walking around like one of the quads and taking this little self-guided tour. So I'll show you some of the scenes as we do. So overall, I really liked Northeastern. It was one of my favorite campuses that we visited. Everything felt really condensed. You could walk from one building to the other really easily, and they also do have underground tunnels, which is really great for in the winter when things get cold. They had a good amount of outdoor spacing, some lawn areas, chairs outside. I don't think they have like one main lawn like BU did, but still lots of green space. It was quieter and very close to the main police station also, if that matters to you. We've been walking around. We went to the cafe, which you've probably just seen in those clips. Right now, we're going to just view the library mostly from the outside, I guess. It's a really, it's very enclosed campus. It's definitely a college feel. The coffee shop was really cute, which is a big thing for me, especially since you won't be able to spend a lot of time outside because Boston gets cold. And the library is apparently the biggest in Boston, biggest academic library in Boston. So if we're able to go inside, that'd be cool, but probably not. So in terms of housing, Northeastern definitely seems to have lots of nice modern dorms, which is something that's really important because you want somewhere that has good heating and air conditioning, which older buildings might not. And they also seem to be pretty high up in the sky, which means they have great views of the city. It also seemed to be pretty walking distance like everything else on the campus, so you don't have to worry about spending a long time in the cold during the winter. Okay, so we left Northeastern and now we are at Boston University, kind of. The campus is a lot more spread out than Northeastern. Northeastern's is like all very one club. Boston's is on either side of a highway. And so the buildings are a lot more scattered, like I just said. We can see one student center here. The different colleges are actually on this map where different halls are. I just saw another classmate, hi Bridget, if you're watching this, and I guess we'll just walk around and see what we find. So I was very pleasantly surprised by Boston University's campus. It really stood out to me because it was the most urban of all the campuses we visited. You could just walk out from your class or from your building and just be right in the middle of the city. The dorms were more brownstones, which is definitely the type of architecture I like. However, that might mean they're not as nice as some of the newer Northeastern ones, but who knows? We weren't able to see inside. It was near some very busy roads, so things might get a bit noisy in between two highways, which isn't great when you're trying to study, but I guess every place has its drawbacks. Okay, so I'm finally by myself because we just picked up lunch and we are currently going to eat on BU's campus, just like at a picnic table, in the grass area next to a place I actually just filmed earlier. So yeah, their campus is really spread out. There's kind of just halls, like halls with dorms and different schools all along in little buildings, and they're really cute. A lot of them look like they're just kind of apartments that you'd see residential areas walking around.
I really like BU's campus. It's really urban. It's right next to this busy road, like busy roads, and that part's not great, but it's very much in the city. The architecture here is really pretty. Yeah, I like that. Northeastern was a lot more like clumped together, like I said. And this just feels a little bit more immersed in the city. However, Northeastern, I think, is closer to downtown. So there is that.
Overall, very pleasantly surprised by Boston University, and I'll definitely consider applying here next year. Alright, so it is a few days later, and I didn't really film afterwards Boston University and Northeastern, but right now I've decided I'm just going to put Tufts and Boston College. We're going to visit both of them this afternoon, and I'm just going to put both of them in this video. So right now we are driving to Tufts, and it's more in the suburbs. It's a 20-minute drive from downtown. You do have to cross over a busy bridge, so I don't know how you would get there, biking or walking or whatever, but I'm sure there's a way. And we're gonna stay in the car. We're not gonna walk around campus as much, but I'll show you what it's like once we get there. So I was kind of surprised by how much I disliked Tufts. Maybe it was because the weather this day was really not the best, but the campus just didn't give me the type of feeling that I really want. It is a bit farther away from the city than I think anywhere else we visited, so if you wanted to go in, you would have to have some mode of transportation. It's a small but close campus, and the nearby town which we visited seemed really small. There was a lot of school pride, lots of people walking around in sweatshirts, but overall I just didn't really like it, and I don't think I'll consider it.
So we just got to Boston College. First impression is that it's a lot nicer, more my school than Tufts. Tufts was just kind of depressing. I'll tell you the full recap later, but this campus is gorgeous, lots of stone. It's near a lake. It's a little bit outside of the city, not as much as Tufts, but I'll try to show you some of the buildings.
So I was surprised by how much I liked Boston College, especially since it's a bit farther away from the city, but the buildings were just beautiful, lots of older stone buildings, which really appealed to me. It did have kind of a private Catholic school vibe, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but who knows, maybe the students aren't like that. The nearby neighborhood seemed to be pretty rich, so maybe be able to babysit for some of the parents there and earn a good amount of money. And it was farish away from the city, but I'm sure it's not that bad if you have a car or if you can take the train. And so yeah, I really liked the campus, and I'll definitely have to look more into the school before I consider applying there, but it was very, very pretty. So overall, I really liked a lot of the campuses we visited. I liked the city a lot also. I thought it seemed really friendly, and it had a city vibe, but not as much as New York, but not as less as DC. So it was a good in-between for me, and I really enjoyed getting to visit some of these places. So leave a comment below letting me know which campus was your favorite, and like and subscribe if you want to see more videos. Thank you so much for watching.